Hari Om. So we've been looking at the Jagat Utpatti part of Tattva Bodha through Prabhuji's talks. So far we have realized, according to the Tattva Bodha, who is the Adhikari and what is the Atma Tattva Viveka. Adhikari is preparation of the mind. What qualities I need to have in order to realize the truths indicated by Tattva Bodha. Atma Tattva Viveka gives me the Viveka, the discriminatory power to identify what is changing and what is not changing, or what is permanent and what is not permanent, and what is my true nature. So it's all about me as an individual. Now, from 3rd chapter onwards, it moves towards world. See, the most fundamental questions are, who am I? Where did I come from? What is this world? What is the connection between me and the world? Once when these questions are resolved, then the most fundamental existential questions are resolved. So that's why first is, who am I? Now, Jagat Utpatti. So in the Jagat Utpatti, let us see what is the nature of Jagat. So first is various types of knowing. There is Paroksha, there is Pratyaksha, there is Anumana, which are all different types of knowing where I am involved. Pratyaksha is where I personally see, Anumana is I infer, and then Paroksha is I have to infer by some other means. I read, I hear, things like that. But among all these, the highest form of knowing is Aparoksha, or a direct intuition. Direct, it is not through senses necessarily, but it's a direct intuition that brings complete clarity about the truth. So moving on, why this types of knowing is given is, as far as Jagat is concerned, all these kinds of ways of knowing has to be put together to realize the truth indicated in the Jagat, or the Jagat Utpatti part. So the first definition of Jagat itself is Jayati Gacchati iti Jagat. That which appears and disappears is world. How to know that? Very simple. Various sensations keep coming to us, and through the sensations that are coming to us through our senses is how we know that there is a world. If there is no sensations and there are no senses, then there is no world. I cannot say that there is a world out there. I see, I hear, I smell, like that, various pieces is what is giving me feeling that there is a world out there. Then, what is the constitution of this world is what is given as the next step. World is 24 tattvas. Again, we are talking about the world, not the self yet. So the world is 5 elements, are the Pancha Mahabhutas. Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apa, Prithvi. So then there are 5 sense organs. That is the ear, skin, eye, tongue, and nose. Each one giving a different sensation. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, and Gandha. That is hearing, touching, form, and then taste, and then smell. Also, you can see here how these 5 elements and sense organs and sensations are in a kind of a ascending order, in the sense that Akasha is the one which enables me to hear. Sound can travel only if there is a space. And air can be heard as well as touched. Fire, you add one more sensation, it can even be seen. Water, it can even be tasted. So the other three sensations are there. You can hear, you can touch, you can see, but now you can also taste. Earth element, you can have one more sensation. It has also smell. So like that, this is the order in which these elements are placed. That's why it is said that first there was silence, and from the silence came the word, and then the world appeared. So in a way, that statement is explaining the Panchikarana, how the world came about. That we will see next. Moving on, there are 5 action organs, that which is used for walk, talking, pani, that is holding, grasping, and all the things that we do, pada, movement, locomotion, payu, excretion, upastha, procreation. So these are the action organs. So action organs is through which action is exhibited in the world. Then there are 5 life energies. So life energy, you can see this in a clear detail here. There is prana, udana, vyana, apana, and samana. So they are nothing but same prana shakti, but they take up different routes, and they are responsible for different functions. Based on that, there are 5 prana shaktis. Then 4 aspects of the antakarana, inner organs. So these are outer organs. What you see are the gross organs, 5 sensations, 5 sensory organs, and 5 action organs. They're outward, are they're gross. Whereas there are inner organs, which is in English generally referred as mind. In Sanskrit, it is antakarana. Anta means inside, karana means tool. And it has 4 aspects: mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankara. So in a way, when I want to know more about mobile, how to work with the mobile, I have to know various features and functions of the mobile. Then only I can realize how to use it properly. Where is the power button, how to make a call, and all that. Similarly here, for the entire world, the basic features and basic functions have been given, the fundamental ones. Especially the one about the manas, or the antakarana. Because ultimately, whatever my sorrows, worries, tensions of the world are all through the way the mind operates. Because the elements and all these other aspects are as they are. They are as they are designed to be. Nature of electricity is nature of electricity. Water flows, fire burns. That is the nature. There is nothing judgmental about it. But it is through the antakarana that I have a judgment about whatever that is. So therefore, it is extremely important to know this mechanism, the parts of the mechanism. So in a way, you are taking a complete step away. It's like, you're watching a machine, and somebody, Shankaracharya here, Prabhuji here, they're explaining, look, this is engine. Look, this is carburetor. Look, this is wheels. This is how it turns. So you're detached from the whole mechanism, and you're seeing it. So the 4 aspects of the mind, very important to know. Mana. Mana is described as the indecisiveness of the antakarana. As the sensations come, it receives, but how to, what to do with it is a separate part of the mind. But mana is the one which receives, which poses questions. A new question comes to you, I don't know. Something already known comes. Then the chitta part is engaged. Chitta is where the memory is. So from the memory, it picks up and then gives a response. So which means that It is a chitta where, all your dictionary is. Chitta is like the dictionary. As soon as something comes, you'll go through the dictionary and you'll pick that meaning. You'll pick that story connected with it. So your dictionary is a deep dictionary of conditioning from various lives. Chitta. Then aham. Aham is the identity. So in the chitta, there may be various meanings and stories. Aham is the one through which, you kind of pick the relevant one. Who I am. So depending upon the context, depending upon the situation, depending upon the role, you pick that identity, and based on that, you give a meaning and story to whatever the current impressions that are the current sensations that are coming. If, let's say, the current sensation that is coming is that of imagine, something that you have already smelt before, and it is something that, you have put into your mind as, I love it. So the smell is coming to you, the smell is coming as is, but I love it makes it a lot more interesting for you. I want to have it. Oh, you prepared my favorite dish. I'll come, I'll have it. But the same smell sensation about some other dish, which, let's say, I don't like it, then it gives a response that, this is the dish. Then the aham part takes over and says that I don't like it. So like that, sensations, how you operate to the sensation depends upon what is there in the chitta and the aham. And the one who decides what to do with it is the buddhi. Buddhi says, go and say, I don't like it. Buddhi says, no, say it, I love it, and have more of it. So like that, these four, they're not separate. For the sake of understanding the machine, we have separated them. Everything is one integrated whole. But to know what is happening, what is the cause of all this suffering, tension, worry, knowing the machine, knowing the functions of the machine is very important. So these four aspects of the mind are very important to know. So like that, together they become 24 various elements, or tattvas, or essentials. And then how the world comes about. See, the whole Jagat Utpatti is all about like a chemistry lab. This is the element, this is the element, and this is how they get mixed up, and this is the proportion in which they get getting mixed up, and this is what is happening. So it is more of explaining how it is happening. At this point of time, there is no prakriya to kind of come to that inner awareness of how this can be done. Or, I cannot repeat this experiment. So there is a deeper aspect to all this. But today, we have to take it at a faith level. However, continue to go into it deeper in the meditation, various aspects open up. That is how they have been revealed. So Panchikarana is how the world is nothing but prapancha. Prapancha means made up of 5 elements. How it has been made up of 5 elements. So the subtle elements we already saw, space, air, fire, water, and earth. And how these subtle elements have given rise to the gross elements. So an example has been given. Gross space is made up of 50% of the space, subtle, and the remaining 12.5 into 4 is by the other elements. So like that, every other gross element. So them coming together is the Panchikarana. And then how they manifest is because of the gunas. So gunas already are inherent. Gunas are already inherent in Brahman. So in fact, the whole creation is already inherent in Brahman. That we will see next. So how it is in the causal, and then the subtle, and then the manifest form. But how various forms appear, various things appear is by the gunas. And the guna, the important thing to understand is Rajoguna is the projecting and the Maya Shakti. So it is the one which enables the creation to happen. Tamas is, it is a veiling power. Avarana and Vikshepa. It is a veiling power. It puts a blanket over the whole mechanism. Unless the seeker is ready, it is a veiling power. It makes the world appear very real, and the sensations appear very real, and the whole drama appear very real. It is a sattva guna that is the revealing. So when the mind is peaceful enough, then only clarity can emerge. Because ultimately the suffering is in the mind. So it is only through the mind that the avarana and the vikshepa of the mind has to be understood. So all of this is again mind only. The three gunas are in the mind only. So fundamentally at a subtle level, the three gunas are constitution of the mind only. And then it goes on to explain how the 5 jnanendriyas have come about through the sattva qualities of these elements and the combination of the various panchamahabhutas. Then how the 4 internal organs have come about, that is antakarana. How the organs of action, karma indriya, how the organs of action have come about through the rajo. Because see, action is the one which creates the world. So Maya, projection power, it sustains only because of the action. So the whole creation, it continues to evolve only because of the action. So if there was no action, there is no creation. And then the 5 pranas. So like that it goes on. And then the distinction between Brahman and Maya. So it's very important to understand Maya. What is Maya? Ya ma iti Maya. That which appears to exist but truly is not. How to know it truly is not? By examination, through the discriminatory power. So in fact, look at the wonderful nature of this definition, yama. And as you keep seeing yama, 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 what do you hear? So there is yama. Yama in reverse is maya. Yama is what? Kala. So the whole idea of the time and space is an illusion. So in the same word, maya, there is already yama hidden. So the whole illusion of the time and space. Who is yama? Yama is your at the end of your life. When you're caught up in the illusion, yama is true. So he will come to take away the life. He will decide. So all this is true. And he uses his favorite writer called Chitragupta. Who is that fellow? Gupta Chitra. Secret image. Where is the secret image for you? About all the things that you have done? Your chitta only. In your chitta, everything is recorded. Every impression is recorded. Every smell, every sight is recorded. Every action you have taken is recorded. It doesn't matter who knows or not. You know it. You know what you've been thinking. You know what you have decided. You know what is the motive behind what you've done. So ultimately, then who is the judge? You only are the judge. That is where, there is another talk by Prabhuji. There is this Tibetan book of death called as Bardos. There's a border from the time the physical death has happened and before the next step has to be taken. It's called Bardos. It's like in Garuda Purana also is there. So there is a judgment. Who is judging? Nobody else apart from you. You are judging. On what basis? Your own impressions. So I had taken birth and these are the things I had to do and these are the lessons I had to learn. Is it fulfilled or not? And you are very fair. You're not biased. So depending upon that, you yourself then manifest. Oh, this lesson is not complete yet. So in a way, you are the one. But once when you manifest, there is a illusion takes over. So you forget the decision taken by you. So it's such a mysterious and a wonderful nature, how life happens. So until therefore, when I am clear and I find freedom, till then, this cycle continues, therefore. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. So the manifestation is therefore at 3 levels: causal, subtle, and physical. Like in deep sleep, it is at a causal state. It is there, but it is not there. Then any creation happens at the mind level, subtle. Before you can do anything in the world, you have to think about it. You have to see it in your mind. Before we could have this satsang at 6:30, we had to plan and make a commitment that, okay, I'm going to be here by 6:30. And you saw in your mind, and that only now has manifest. So therefore, you are the creator of your destiny. It's all within you. So you are the one who is now giving impetus to what to create. So causal, subtle, and gross. So ultimately, through all this, what is the clarity that Guru wants to have within us is world fundamentally is carried into us through our senses as sensations. And world is nothing but something that appears and disappears. Sensation appears and disappears. Smell appears and disappears. Taste appears and disappears. Sight appears and disappears. So everything that we call as world is nothing but a sensation fundamentally to the Antakarana. And it is in the Antakarana that I am making judgments about it. I like it, I don't like it. I want it, I don't want it. I don't know, I know. All these various things. So what are they fundamentally then? Nothing but thoughts. Everything that I have about the world, any knowledge I have about the world is nothing but a thought fundamentally. So space is a thought, time is a thought, everything is a thought. My life is a thought. So appearance and disappearance of thoughts is world fundamentally. So world is not out there. World is in here. So again, coming back to the fundamental Viveka, world is nothing but thoughts. Thoughts are appearing and disappearing. And you are aware of the appearance and disappearance of the thoughts. So therefore, you cannot be the world. But the world cannot be without you. So therefore, now, world is what? World is merely thoughts. So this much is the broad summary of the Jagat Utpatti. Now we are moving into, okay, so then there is Jagat. So there is clarity about me. Who am I? I am not the body, I am not the mind. I am that pure awareness. That much is clear. Then what is world? Now through this, world is also clear. World is nothing but thoughts appearing and disappearing. Now is the integration. So far I've been thinking world is separate from me and I'm separate. And I had a fundamental illusion that I am a body and a mind. That has been removed in the second chapter through Atma Tattva Viveka. Now what is the world? Clarity has been given through Jagat Utpatti. Now we are in the journey of, are they separate? If you put it as a question. But Shankaracharya makes a statement. Shankaracharya here is leading us through clear statements, and he wants us to realize them. So he has already given us a statement, oneness of Jiva and Ishvara, Jiva Ishvara Ekatva. That is the purpose of the 4th chapter, which is where we are. So let me stop here. First of all, Hari Om to Priyaji.
Hari Om Priyaji.
Hari Om Priyaji.
Vijayji, could you please show once again 44, 45 and 46 slide?
Nice slides, Vijayji.
Yeah.
Very colorful.
Very colorful.
And it's easy to understand also the key points.
Yeah. No, it's all connected to this, but in a more illustration format. Yes, Priyaji.
No, just I wanted to see once again. Later I'll.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. So, for example, how the internal organs, Antakarana, is by the sattva of the 5 elements.
Okay.
Yeah. So, how the 5 elements and the sattva guna come together to create the Antakarana. So, it's been shown as a image here, illustration.
Okay.
So, same is the case with all the other organs. So even here, Antakarana is seen as an organ. Though it's not a physically or a gross level organ, it's still an Antakarana, internal organ, is how it's been shown here.
Okay.
So here it is referred, mind is referred as Antakarana. And mind has 4 parts. Mana, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankara. Any other questions, Priyaji?
Nothing, Vijayji.
Okay. Any other point before we move on to our today's points?
No, you carry on, Vijayji. So as I'm 58, 59 talks, I didn't go much, so I'll be listening more of the talks to me.
Okay. Yeah. So today our focus is more on Jiva Ishvara Ekatva, which is essentially starting from talk 59 onwards. So now, yeah, Rupaji also has joined. Hari Om Rupaji.
Hari Om Rupaji.
Hari Om everyone.
Hari Om. We just had a quick summary of what we have contemplated so far, Rupaji. And we are beginning with now talk 59 onwards, that is Jiva, Brahma, Ekatva, oneness of Jiva and Ishvara. So now, each one of you can take over. So far, I think we have already started this Jiva, Brahma, Ekatva. We have completed till contemplation till talk 60, T60. We have to continue. So we will, start from here. Saravanan, would you like to begin?
Yeah. So we were discussing about how the oneness is, the Jiva, Ishvara are the same, right? And we discussed about the Mahavakya, Tattvam Asi, you are that only, right? And why? How is that possible? And if we are one, then why are we not feeling that oneness, right? And that's why I'm just going to recap talk 60, right? Where we realized that like the Jiva has this existence aspect, which is like first we are there, and then the consciousness, the awareness part, right? Which is there in the Jiva. And how did this awareness come from? That the awareness that comes from Brahman, right? And this awareness, when it feels when it connects with the body, then it feels the limitedness, right? And that's the limitedness is where all the sufferings start, right? I'm limited. I have this in terms of wealth or life or happiness. Everything seems to be limited, and that limitedness leads to desires. I need more, right? I need better health. I need more wealth, right? I need more happiness, and that action leads to again karma phala, right? You do something, and you have to face the consequence next, right? But the point is, the consciousness aspect is the same. There is the consciousness is not affected by the actions being performed through the mind, right? So all the actions, what we do, start with a thought through the mind, we do it, while the consciousness is like basically being aware of all the things that is happening, but the consciousness is like a witness. There is it is completely not affected by the actions, right? And the example being given is like when you are in a stationary train, when the next nearby train moves, it looks like we are moving, while actually it's the other train moving while it's not moving. The same way, uh, uh, because of the changes, it looks like we are going through it, but when it comes to the consciousness aspect, it is not. It is the same in a still state. Right? So that's about the consciousness, right? And the separation of this, and for the jiva, it's always like I am this body, mind, and everything outside me is the jagat, and I am different from the jagat, and the jagat, whatever is happening there, affects me, right? That is the view, and this separation is because of the ignorance of who I am. Like, how do I see it? This separation is because I am seeing myself as the body, not as the essential nature, which is the existence consciousness, right? And when that ignorance that I am not this, I am that, that is when that ignorance is removed, that's where the liberation happens, Jivan Mukti happens, right? And how do we remove this ignorance? This is what we were like uh, going to delve in, and like we were about to start on the Mahavakya Tattvam Asi, right? And maybe that's where we will start on the T61 today.
So before we go to that, then about what has been said by Saravanan-ji, any others want to add or ask questions? Is there anything that Shubhaji would like to summarize with respect to what has been said by Saravanan-ji?
Almost he covered everything. The only line, like important lines I like, right? No, that important. It's all about Maya. It's all Maya, and one realizes that time, space, thoughts were never there. So once we know that, then it is like we will be able to remove our ignorance. So the only thing we need to realize is suffering is due to our ignorance, and that we have to realize everything is Brahman.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Rupaji, how about you? Do you like to comment on this? The cause of the suffering? Rupaji, your voice is not very clear.
We think we are body, mind, and intellect, and that only causes suffering. And we actually feel we are very limited, and we have desire to become infinite. So that we go behind the materialistic things and do action that causes karma and karma phala. We are stuck in the cycle of birth and death. And at last, Sarvananji said that we are about the Mahavakya Tattvamasi, and that could be attained. The liberation could be attained by Shravana, Manana, and Nididhyasa on this Mahavakya Tattvamasi. That's all.
Excellent. So in one single sentence, what is the cause of suffering?
In one single sentence.
Sorry, I missed.
I'm asking Rupaji, in one single sentence, what is the cause of suffering? Fundamentally, what is the cause of suffering?
We think that we are body, mind, and intellect. That only is the cause of suffering.
Excellent. And we generally, for answering purposes, we are using we. But if you have to say it for yourself, how will you say it? What is the sentence?
It is I.
So when I get connected with body and mind, I have suffering.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead, Rupaji.
We don't realize that we are Atman, and we think that we are body, mind, and intellect, and this only causes suffering.
Correct. And also to correct some of the thinking, no? See, from where is this we coming? Please tell me. From where is this concept called we, suffer? From where is it coming?
We have been taught since we are born that we are given a name, we are called out that name, and we are given knowledge about this world till now, and this becomes our identity.
No, my question is this: we are suffering. How can such a thought arise? We are suffering. So somewhere within me, there is a distinction between I and others, isn't it?
Yeah. Actually, we don't realize that everyone and everything is Brahman only. We feel that we are separate, we are different than everything and everyone, and that leads to suffering. When we see Brahman in everything and everyone, I think then
No, my question is, Rupaji, is the statement we are suffering at a first level? Let's not worry about, whether I've realized the truth of suffering or not. But is a statement we are suffering, is it a correct statement?
No, actually here if we take if we is Atman, then Atma is not suffering, but it is our body, mind, and intellect which is suffering.
But how can body, mind, and intellect suffer? When does it suffer? Is there a concept called suffering in the body? Does the body know anything about how to suffer? Does it keep thinking about something and keep suffering?
It actually doesn't know that it is consciousness.
Can the body suffer? There can be pain in the body, sensation of pain in the body, but can the body suffer?
Yeah, pain itself is suffering, no, Vijayji.
So we need to bring distinction between pain and suffering. So tell me, according to you, what is the difference between pain and suffering? Are they one and the same, or are they different?
They are different. Because of pain, we suffer.
So then therefore what is pain and therefore what is suffering?
Pain is the discomfort in the body, and suffering is just a thought.
Very nice. So now let's say you have fallen and you hurt.
Yeah.
Is it pain or the body hits against something else, and there is a something, let's say, broken?
Yeah.
Is this pain or is this suffering?
It is pain. Pain.
It is pain. Excellent. Then where is suffering in that?
Suffering is in our mind.
Okay. Which means who's creating the suffering?
I myself am creating the suffering.
Pain is caused by whatever external thing that happens. You hit against something, you fall down, or somebody hits you. That is pain.
Yeah.
But suffering is created by you. How do you create suffering? How do you create suffering?
Yeah, I also want to have this question. Who is this you? I created the suffering means who created the suffering?
Yeah. So we'll strip the layers of onion one by one. First, let's get to the suffering. So who created suffering? So then suffering. Let's focus on the suffering, Rupaji. Then what is suffering then? You said it's a thought.
Yes.
So which means that suffering is artificial or made up, isn't it? Even though the pain may not be there, imagine somebody came and slapped you. At that time, there was a burning sensation here. And there were, blood marks here. It happened. At that time, pain was real.
Yeah.
But now you suffer, remembering that again and again, again and again. Every time you recall that, don't you feel that burning? Don't you feel heart becoming very hard?
Yeah.
So therefore, tell me, is suffering created by you or suffering created by the incident that happened?
Yeah, suffering is created by me only.
So which is nothing but repetition of a thought process can be called as suffering, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, if that thought is about, let's say, idli or vada, sambar or some favorite sweet of you, every time that thought comes, your mouth waters. Ah, nice thought. Or let's say somebody has praised you, and every time you recall, so nice, how. Or somebody has said, oh, you look so nice in this dress. Oh, so nice. You every time you look at that photo, look how I'm seeing here. Nice, no problem. But somebody has slapped you, and every time you recall, you are into, how could they do that? So now the distinction between pain and suffering is clear, Rupaji?
Yes, Vijayji.
Okay. So now let us go into this aspect. Are there many who are suffering within you? When you say we suffer, how many of you are suffering?
No, I was actually talking about we human beings.
For the time being, how do you know that there are other human beings? They are all nothing but thoughts in your mind, no? According to Saravananji, he just now said, Jagat Utpatti, everything is nothing but a thought in the mind. So you know about others only as a thought in the mind. You don't know whether they are really there or not. You don't know whether I'm there or not. All you know is right now, there's a sound coming to you from your computer. There's an image that seems to be moving in front of you in the computer. You don't know whether I exist or not. You don't know anything about me. The only thing you know is the sensations about me. Is this correct?
Yeah.
And for those sensations, you have judgments in your mind. Is this also correct?
Yeah.
So anything about the world you know only through the sensations coming in and your judgments in the mind.
Yes.
I don't really exist outside of you, do I?
No.
This whatever sound and image that is coming to you right now through the computer is not outside of you. It's inside of you, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you can for sure say you exist. Correct? No, that you have no doubt.
Yeah.
But there is no guarantee that I exist. Why? Because I am just a sensation coming to you. Sometimes the sensation is there, sometimes the sensation is not there.
Yeah.
So how can you say for sure that I exist? You know that right now I heard this sound. You can see clearly say that I heard this sound, I saw this sight.
Yeah.
So in the very second chapter, Shankaracharya ji gives us the important tool called mithya.
Hmm.
So this one that is appearing now is a mithya for you.
Okay.
Is this making sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So therefore, can I ever say that we suffer? How can you know that Sarvananji is suffering? Do you know that Shubhaji suffers? Do you know anybody else suffers? You don't know.
Huh.
At a time, they may have made a sound that, you know, Rupaji, how sad I feel. I feel like killing myself. They may have said something like that, but that's at a one point in time. But you constantly recall that, and you also are saying they also suffer. Maybe they're just making up a story. You don't know. You never can be sure.
Okay.
Is this all making sense? Is this right reasoning?
Yeah. Yeah. Vijay.
So what can I say for sure? I have pain, I suffer are right statements. I can never make we suffer. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
Correct? No.
Yeah.
Okay, now can you please continue your statements? Now can you rephrase what you are saying?
Yeah. Actually, sorry. I think that I'm body, mind, and intellect, and that is why I don't recognize that everything is Brahman, and I feel limited. That is why I want to become infinite, and this is leading to desires, karma, and karma phala. And this is the reason I'm suffering.
Excellent. It may sound like an academic, a simple change of the statement, but there is when it is done with clarity, it is the right tool to remove the ignorance.
No, you pointed out towards something which I did not pay attention to.
Yeah, I think I also if the big switch happened to me, I think it was in the thought process and the use of the language, because it's very powerful, and I feel it is the mind that brings that we and says, no, it's not just you, everyone else is like this. Right? And then like it keeps on suppressing you, right? So this is the same debate I have with my dad. He brings the others and I say, Dad, let's stick to you and me. You are here, I am here. Let's talk now. Right? The mind plays that game.
You are also thought in me.
Yeah, for you, yes.
All right, wonderful. Rupaji, anything else you want to say? Okay. Priyaji, what is your summarization?
Summarization, I go ahead with Saravanan-ji, as I know much about these talks. Only thing is, I would like to clarify myself. The limited feeling leads to an effort to expand whatever he has mentioned in the second line. It's again the feeling in the thought, right? Again, it's a thought, right? It's
a thought that I am limited.
I am limited. So again, that also creates a suffering, Vijayji. So
That
because
creates a larger suffering.
Larger suffering, because we will, I will not be having a larger vision because me and Brahma, the oneness. So that is there where it starts the separation and point for the suffering also.
Yeah, then all my work becomes a kamya karma. I want that. I like this. I don't want this.
Sakamya only.
So the more I keep doing sakamya, the more I get fortified. I know the feeling that I am a body and mind. Oh, I did that. See, I got the promotion. Oh, I did this. So see, I'm enjoying this idli. So more and more, my thought process about, I am this body and mind becomes strengthened.
Yes. So, and one more doubt. Sometimes the situations, what is happening around us. See, now whatever we see is, this is what this is might be my karma pala. Okay, whatever. Even sometimes if I do good deeds also, the pala will not be there. Okay, so then we tell this is my karma pala. So again, that we will be thinking, and it may also cause suffering.
Yeah, there is a strongly held belief that I am the doer. So when I am the doer, I am the sufferer.
Yes. So that aham has to be removed.
Aham has to be broadened. Aham has to be clarified, that's all. Aham has become mithya aham. It has got connected to a mithya. See, the whole Ishvara Brahma Ekatva, it starts with like what Saravanji said, no? Taking the example like this, a simple analogy of sun and the reflection of the sun, I have taken a connection to this. Oh, I am a reflected identity. I don't even know that, I'm reflecting. I have become this identity and I become limited to this part. This part is the body and this water is the mind. And this reflection I'm seeing, I say, I am this. I am this part. Look at that part, that is so nice. So that's why this whole thing is a removal of the Brahma, removal of the illusion. It cannot be removed from the world. It is not that world will be removed, but it's just an illusion that needs to be removed. Like that's why the standard example or the very classical example in Vedanta is, what are you seeing? Are you seeing a rope or a snake?
Yeah, mithya ropa.
First appearance, it appears like a snake.
Snake. Yeah.
But examine. So the jiva is an illusion. Jiva is nothing but snake. I thinking of this as a snake is jiva. I thinking I am this is an illusion. And that illusion is the one which causes all the suffering. When I'm in the illusion that I'm a wave, I see other waves, bigger waves, smaller waves. All that is the illusion. That is why systematically, first and foremost, the Guru teaches me that I am part of the ocean at a first level. Oh, so far I've been thinking I'm a wave. Okay, now I'm part of the ocean. All right. Then ocean's essential nature is water. So my essential nature is water. So this is how the teaching is in two levels.
Yes.
Does that clarify Priyaji's question?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Is there anything more before we move on to 61?
So yeah, before moving to that, I still.
Teji, see the separate the newborn child. Okay.
Yeah.
It will not be knowing who is mother, father, his belongings, right?
Yeah.
So we start telling he is your father, my mother. Like from that it starts coming. So from that point it starts like it's me. From
Ah.
that.
So the me is an identity that is, see, there are
Yeah,
two aspects.
identity we give. Identity for Rupa, Nama, that we give. But is from that point that the separation starts, right? So first it is his family, then his relatives, surroundings, and
So let's look at how we interact with the children and notice how children answer. At very young age, usually, the child may come and say, Rama is feeling hungry, can you give food?
yeah.
Okay, so there is a very clear understanding that this body and mind is being called as Rama. So Rama is hungry and I'm independent. That clarity is inherently there. But then what others do? What is your name? Rama. What is my name? Lakshmi. What is his name? Subarna. So please recall, with children, this conditioning happens very deeply in the early stages.
Yes.
The ones who are doing this and the child both may not realize it's a conditioning that is happening, but it's a conditioning. If the child had been given the name Bruce Lee, he would have taken the name Bruce Lee. If the child has been given the name Rashid, he will have taken the name Rashid. So initially there is clarity that, this is separate and I am separate. But then society puts it together and the mind accepts that. The child accepts that. Oh, I am only. So when I am only this, when that identity is connected, so from then onwards, there is a illusion about the identity. And from there onwards, everything else is next. Yeah, it's very easy. When I become Rashid, I have certain Rashid qualities. When I become Robert, Robert qualities. When I'm Subarna, Subarna qualities. When I'm Rama, some Rama qualities. Lakshmi, Lakshmi qualities. Like that, everything begins with identity. And then everything else becomes very easy. This is your family, this is your culture, this is your nation, this is what you are supposed to do, this is not what you're supposed to not do. All the do's and don'ts and rights and wrongs and good and bad and everything else then starts originating from this.
Having an identity is good, but the oneness quality it is imbibed, that is fine. Otherwise, again, the suffering, everything, it develops in the thoughts mind.
Yeah, in the world to operate, identity is necessary. Knowing that you are playing the role is important. See, what is identity? For a given time, you are playing a certain role, and for that role, you need an identity.
That's it.
When you're talking to your husband, you cannot have the daughter identity. When you're talking to your son, you cannot have the teacher identity. So like that, identity is clear for that time duration. You're on the drama stage. You have to play the drama. That is necessary, very important. Very important in the sense that it makes the drama interesting. When you play with all the Navarasas, any drama, very interesting. Otherwise, there is no thrill in the drama. But knowing fully well that you are playing the drama is liberation. When you do not realize I'm playing the drama and when you become the role, so that's why another very classical example, Nataka Deepika. I become the role and the emotions that I am playing. But truly, it is the light which is making the drama appear. Without the light, light is unseen. See, where our attention goes when you look at any drama? Actors, oh, look at her dress. Oh, wow, what a nice song is. Look at the emotion. We focus on these aspects, actors and emotions. All our focus is here. But this is the one which is making this happen. So when I do not lose awareness of this, and when I do not get connected to this, it's okay to say right now I'm playing the role of whoever. Bhishma, Vidura, Dushyasana, Duryodhana, Arjuna, whatever the role is okay right now. Draupadi, whatever role is okay. But I'm not the role. I'm playing the role. So I becoming that is the problem. That's why, sometimes when people say, I have cancer, I have heart attack, I am forgetful, so what they're doing is they're reinforcing that I am that, I am that, I am that, I am that, I am that. Your body and mind are going through that, whatever that change, something called as a cancer, something that is called as a heart attack, something that is called as a pain. You are not that. So right now, my body has these symptoms is a correct way of looking at it. In the world, when you're talking, you may not have to use it with everybody. In Vedanta class, it is important to bring that distinction. But when you are interacting in the world with a doctor or with your neighbor, my body is suffering, my mind is suffering, I am not suffering, will not make too much of sense unless that other person is also a Vedanta. So therefore, there you take the role. You say, I am a Bidbuteri, I am having so much of pain, I feel sad. But you know fully well inside that I am not. So that distinction has to be brought through this awareness of Nataka Deepika. Yes, Sarananji.
Yeah, so I just wanted to share one of the understanding I've been trying to have. It's like every day I get up, I have the same thing. Okay, I know that I am Brahman, I'm not this. But then the whole day still seems like another new day with we're completely involved in it. Right? Then which brings in expectations. Why not this way? Why did it happen this way? And all. Then I felt that the way I should approach, I should see is this play of world is like a artwork by Maya, say, right? Which keeps on changing because it is that Maya which is doing that artwork. And when I am seeing it, I can never have any expectation on that because I am not the one who is drawing it. It is being drawn, right? And the reason why I have this suffering is because as I see it, I like one part and then I want to see it that way, but then it changes. And then it becomes something else which I don't like it. Right? But the point is, it is someone else, it is being drawn, it is being presented. And when I'm watching it, I cannot have expectations on it because I am not doing it. Number one. And number two, that I itself, from the point of our name and form, is a character in the drawing, which is also changing. The person is, Maya is changing that too. Okay. Then the moment I identify that I am also a character in that whole drawing, and the drawing is continuously changing, then I can see that separation saying, okay, just still be that awareness of that you are watching this and it is all changing. I feel give some clarity of this is what is happening. You are just that witness, and the whole thing of the Jagat, including this name and form of Saravanan, is being continuously redrawn. The drawing is evolving continuously. And I guess if I can watch how it evolves. That is one view, where like I can see the separation, separation of that witness with that the drawing of the Jagat. Is that can I say like that this is a way of understanding that?
Looking at it. Okay, so your question is, you've explained how Sakshi Bhava, in the Sakshi Bhava, it is happening.
Yes.
So therefore have no expectations. That is the statement. So your question is this the right way of looking at it?
Approach.
Is this the way of approaching this?
Whenever I try to explain this, I get this question like, I have been given such situation in life, like I am, that's why I'm suffering, and like I am unlucky, while someone else is like being very lucky, they've been presented. Then like my answer is like going towards like, you have no control over what the view you see, right? And the suffering starts because like you want to see it in certain way. Right. The whole day you want everything to happen in certain day without knowing that if that is the right way or not. That point of time, the mind thinks that like if it happens like this, it is good.
Yeah. Okay. See, when do you enjoy a drama? You've paid money and you've gone to a drama and you're watching the drama. When do you enjoy the drama the most?
Yeah, something makes you laugh. Again, I don't know.
And something happens what you don't expect.
Allah. So, you know, and for example, even if you know what to expect, let's say it's the same Mahabharata drama, and you go there, how do you want Duryodhana to laugh? How do you want Dushyasana to be? Do you want Dushyasana to go there and say softly to Draupadi, Draupadi, please don't mind, I'm going to do something to you now. Would you like such a Dushyasana? No. You want Dushyasana to be something like that, no? Like how our villains are something else. Oh, this is another way of being a villain. Like that, that is when the drama becomes enjoyable to you, isn't it? Okay. Now, you become the actor now. Now you are seeing the drama. Now you become the actor. Do you think somebody who's watching the drama, and for yourself, is the drama interesting if you say, I'm just sitting here now, standing here now. Whatever happens, happens. No, the drama is, okay, right now I have to play this drama. How best I can play this drama? Okay, now what is Dushyasana really means? Okay, let me look at all the ways of playing Dushyasana. Okay, in this book, in this way it has been said, why not I try this angle of bringing out the villainous character of Dushyasana? That is how there are different interpretations of Mahabharata. There is this classical Kannada book called Parva. You know, those who know Kannada, you can read this. There, you know, it's all about that just before the Kurukshetra war, how the armies are being gathered. It's a huge book by one writer called S.L. Bhairappa. And he writes the story from the viewpoint of Draupadi, from the viewpoint of Duryodhana, from the viewpoint of Shalya, Dharmaraya, Krishna. And he has not made them, let's say, some kind of extraterrestrial creatures. He has made them like you and me, like humans. You are reading their thoughts. You are seeing them thinking. You are seeing them eat, go to sleep, like any other human being. And through that, different viewpoints, no? You'll start seeing, oh, wow, yeah, this is also another way of looking at the dilemma that Duryodhana went through. So when drama is taken in that way, as a what best I can do in this drama, then you'll bring out the most creative approach. You'll do the best that is possible for you. See, Yes, the picture is being drawn, but you are the tool through which the picture is being drawn. You meaning what? At this point of time, you have to have an identity, because this mind and body, see, I cannot use this as a mobile if this mobile refuses to take the identity of a mobile. If the mobile were to talk to me and say that, no, I will not take the identity of a mobile, I will not be able to use this. So therefore, in a sense, the tool is you only. Meaning what? That role is you at that point in time. But what is the clarity I should have? I'm not the role. I'm playing the role. How best can I play the role? Right now I'm a father. How best can I play the father role? Right now I'm a husband. How best can I play the husband role? That will bring clarity about, as a father, what do I expect? It's okay to have an expectation. Meaning what? See, what is expectation? It's something to happen in the future. See, right now, if I come and say, Saravananji, I have no expectation out of this class, I will just come and do here. What will happen? I have a clear expectation. What is that? Atmano mokshartam jagaditayacha. That is the purpose with which I'm sitting here. See, you have brought a creativity by making the notes this way. There's another creativity in the illustrations. There's another creativity in the way Shubhaji writes simple statements. Each one is bringing a certain clarity through that process. But each one is doing that with the clear expectation of Atmano mokshartam jagaditayacha. The problem is not the having the expectation. Meaning what? Let's clarify. Expectation, we use it in two senses. One is as an aim, as something to happen in the future. Then as a outcome, as a fruit of that aim. So like Krishna says, karmanye vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Karma means what? To do. You're doing something with respect to something to happen. No. So he never said aim is a problem. Your aim is not a problem. As a father, what aim I should have for my children? As a boss, what aim I should have for my co-workers? That is not the problem. That is not the issue. That is not what is causing the pain and suffering. The pain and suffering is because I want a certain outcome. Having clarity about what outcome I expect is okay, but I want success only. I put an aim that my daughter should get 100 marks in math. She got 96 or she got less, whatever it is. So my success criteria was 100. Now it is not 100. Now it's a failure, right? It's a failure in the sense that it did not meet that expectation. My daughter did not get 100. She should have got 100. Is where the catch is where I suffer. I don't suffer because I put an aim. Aim actually gives thrill, no? Aim gives a thrill. You know, I want the best team. In this year, I want my team to win the best customer-oriented team. What an energy you get immediately. Now that I have accomplished that aim, I want many other teams in my delivery manager, under my delivery manager, to become the best delivery team. It gives you that much more thrill. So thrill of the game, or the energy of the game, or the creativity of the game is when you have clear expectations. Modi wakes up in the morning and says, "Kuch karenge. Ishwar jo chahta hai wo karenge." Kya hoga? He has to put a concrete plan. He has to say, "Chalo, mitro, Swachh Bharat banayenge." See, what a aim. Will Swachh Bharat ever happen? May not happen. But look at that aim. It's something that, will constantly remind you that, my God, it is something that I have to keep working at. Swachh Bharat banana aasan hai kya? Large country like India, to clean India, how can he do it? But look at the energy he gets out of that statement. He now has to organize all the states, all the people, all the bureaucrats. into everybody's heart, he has to seed this idea called Swachh Bharat. How much of energy he has to have? That's why somebody asked him, how can you work for 18 hours? I'm working for my family. Where is the question of 18 hours? How that feeling comes? That feeling comes because you have put that aim. Nobody forced you to take the aim. You have taken the aim. As what? As the Prime Minister identity. But can that cause suffering? It can cause suffering when I become connected to the outcome. See, I did all this Swachh Bharat. See how many people are scolding me. In the newspaper every day morning, I see more scoldings than praises. Ungrateful people, useless people, waste people. The country is like this only. Indians are like this only. How much I suffer, how much I put my blood and body and sweat. But look at them. Now I'm finished. Now 18 hours kya? 8 minutes also I cannot work. Now I'm dead. So the catch is not in the aim. So therefore expectation, we have to break it into two pieces. Aim and fruit of the aim, which is nothing but the success or failure. I want one part of the success and the failure. Is the problem. Life is like a game of toss, coin toss. Can you always get head? No, any game has success and failure. So Krishna is telling us to realize that in that shloka. Arjuna realized that any game you play, whatever may be the game, any game you play, there is success and failure. So ma phaleshu kadachana, what is he saying is, give up the attachment to the fruit of the action. That same statement can also be said in a different way. Accept both success and failure. Isn't it? See, either you give up the attachment to success or failure, or you accept both success and failure as part of the game. The moment you accept failure as part of the game, you are empowered now. Swachh Bharat banana tha. Kitna hua? Bas itna hua. Ab kya karna hai? Okay, now let me change my plan. I was going on the road. I met with an accident. I'm responsible for both accident and accident not happening. How did the accident happen? Okay, where was my attention? Like that, I feel empowered now to take steps. So it's like a leaf in the wind attitude of life, but that is a true leaf in the wind attitude. Then I have no complaints. Then I have nothing. Then when I have given completely to Rama, Rama takes care of me. Whether he puts me in water, whether he puts me in oil, where he puts me, I have no questions, no concerns. Or I completely take the empowerment and I act in life. Because both liberate me. Both are actions in freedom. In one, I know clearly well that changes are happening to body and mind, but there is nothing that I need to do. In another one, I am playing the role and have taken complete charge of my role. If your child comes to you, I wrote my exam, but this is the result I got. This is the result that happened. I am not responsible. You don't like that answer from your child. So then, therefore, I need to see how to create an empowering way of living life. But both are in freedom. When I take responsibility for success and failure, I'm in freedom. No more I suffer. Because I'm ready to accept both. Does that bring...
Yeah. So there are two things. One, you talked about the attitude with which you approach. Okay, so I am trying those things. So what I've seen is, when I play the role that way, it's like every now and then I forget it, and I'm completely have become the role. And so I'm trying to remind myself, how do I get out of that, right? So that's where that was one thing. And the second thing is, it is not only how I approach. What about the scene that has been set every minute by minute, right? That scene is the one that sets the tone of like how my attitude or my temperament is going to be. And that's where whatever I said, right, the drawing.
No, then you become a instrument of the scene.
Yes.
See, the scene keeps changing every moment.
Yes.
Okay, I have an aim. I want 100 marks in exam for my daughter. I have an aim. Or my son. Or, my team has to get the best team award. I have an aim. I do my best. And award day comes. And they call out. Now in the third place, our team name is not called. Now in the second place, our team, no, it is not called. Oh, then we have won. We have won. Number one, our next team. That fellow, seriously, that team, not at all possible. I know them. No, it's a manipulation. This is all caste politics in my office. I know. See, he's a Telugu. That fellow is a Telugu. Oh, that's why they were done. Now I have lost all the power in the situation. Now I have lost. Now what I've done is I've given the power to the situation. What is an empowering way of looking at the situation now? All right, we didn't get it. But what is that we really got? The strive to be excellent. That nobody can take from us. It is not a recognition that you are excellent has to be given to you. You know within you, okay, we did our best. You can huddle with your team. Okay, what do you think? Did we do our best? What else we could have done? Now the team also is empowered. It is not a matter of, because the joy you have received while doing it, when you're not concerned about success or failure, every step of that journey has been wonderful. My God, what an idea. Look at us. Look at our productivity count and look at our productivity count today. Look at our bug count yesterday. Look at our bug count today. You yourself will know. It doesn't matter whether somebody else recognizes.
Yeah.
So therefore, it's a empowering way of living.
Yeah, this is again from the self point of view. How do I see it?
So how can you ever forget that you are the light? It's like, will you ever forget that you are Saravanan?
Yeah.
It's become a deeply remembered and held belief. How did it happen? Repetition. So when I say that I forget my true nature, then until my true nature, I never forget. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa. So that's why Guru has given us the path.
Yeah, my question is still again in another way, in a different way. Still, that scene that was set.
Yeah.
The scene that was played, right? I have no control, in the sense I have played the role in the best way, but still I have no control.
That's correct.
Right? And so it happened for a reason. Correct. And like which I will not know. I meaning now I will use that mind. Mind cannot understand it. Okay. And that's it, over. Just see it that way and move on. Right. So taking the same example, award ceremony, you and your team did not get. Now that is a scene. You have no control over why you were not given. Yeah. You had an aim that we should get it. Yes. You didn't get it. Yeah. But because you have an empowering clarity that I'm willing to accept success and failure, I'm not working for only success. And at the same time, I'm not at all looking at I want to fail. My aim is to succeed. But I am willing to accept success and failure.
So they are all our thoughts which are causing suffering.
Correct. That's all.
Yeah. Therefore, which thought is causing the suffering? Aim is not causing the suffering. Aim makes your life wonderful. Aim gives you wanting to see, why do you get up every day? Why do you have to do anything in life? If let's say to a child, tomorrow we'll do nothing. The child will not feel the excitement. You say, tomorrow morning we are going excursion. 3 o'clock he is woken up. The joy of life is in creating, because that is your creativity is your true nature. Light's nature is creativity. This Brahman is not an inert.
And there also, I am trying to suppress this aham factor, ahamkara, in the sense like I am coming up with this idea, or like I am going to do this. Thing is, I am still telling. I don't know who is telling whom. The mind is still talking to the mind that whatever I am trying to implement, even that is now at this state with all this learning. The Maya is running the whole show through a thought that comes in my mind and then getting executed.
But for that thought to execute, Maya is using the identity also, no?
Yeah.
See, without identity, see, the same thought comes, same idea comes.
No, I'm trying to separate myself from the action. No.
Yeah, for the time being, look at it this way. We have to clean India as the thought comes to millions of people. But one prime minister who has the identity called prime minister takes charge and does it. So therefore, for Maya to manifest, for existence, for the creativity of the existence to manifest, it needs that identity. And you are that identity instrument.
Yeah. So again, there is nothing special in me then.
Nothing special. You wear that identity, no? When you are playing that role, wear that identity. But knowing fully well, I am wearing the identity. Shiva wears the sarpa. He knows fully well, I am wearing the identity.
So the thing is, wearing that identity, but controlling it is where the bigger problem is.
See, as long as you know it's a fictional thing, it has come now, and it is not something that I have really true control over, you use it to the best. Today, this is the technology. See, about 10 years back, we did not have this technology. Is this the same technology will we be using after another 10 years? No, it will be something else. Today, this is the best. Is the way we are doing the contemplation the best? I don't know. Today, this is the best. We, each one of us, are giving our best possible. Best means what? Please see, best cannot happen without some idea of what the best is. At this point of time, based on our collective knowledge, this is the best. Is this the best? No way to know. That best will change. But today, are we all giving our best? Today, are you giving your best? Am I giving my best? That's all that matters. In this moment, what am I doing? That matters. With what aim? Atmano mokshartam jagaditaya. That matters. Now, does it mean that I have to become enlightened and I have to get the patta called okay, now you are enlightened.
Even mukta.
Even mukta. Somebody has to come and say, you have to give hereby we certify Saravananji as Jivan Mukta. That is the catch. The catch is in expecting that. So therefore, expectation of the means aim is absolutely okay. It empowers. It gives a momentum. It gives a movement. So that's why Guruji has also another one, like how Shravana Manana Nididyasa, Ghar Ghar Gurukul, like that there's another catchword, okay, which is express, expand, experience. You know you are a traveler in life. You have come to that clarity. And a peaceful traveler, because no more situations are having control over you. You're a peaceful traveler. How do you want the journey to be? What is that your journey you want to stand it for? What sights you want to see? What smells you want to experience? Knowing fully well that they're all coming and going. Knowing fully well that they are changing. and you are the unchanging. Once when you become empowered with the clarity of who you are, then how do you live life? How does a Jivan Mukta live life? He is the guidance we need to take from.
That's why I was thinking of this drawing. Like, everything is changing. Even if I do the best today and do something, it will change tomorrow.
Absolutely. See, the whole constitution of Light of the Self Foundation itself is changing every day, every moment. To tell you about 2-3 years back, we did not have iLead program, we did not have AVSC, we did not have so many people. It used to be in Prabhuji's place, one small thing, and some of us would go to some people's house and do Bhagavad Gita, small known circles. Today it has become so much more different. So with the reality of today, the thought process has to acclimatize, has to adapt. We cannot keep bringing the same constraint. We say that satsang will happen only at one place. What will Rupaji do then? What will Priyaji do then? So then who will travel where? Suddenly, the reality has changed. So the picture has changed. With the picture, see, that's why Nataraja, enlightened being is a Nataraja.
There's a
Constant adjustment has to happen, but there is no tension of the adjustment. The tension is, ayo, I don't want it to be like this. Why is it like this? Ayo, I have to adjust. I will adjust. Then there is so much of tension. Everybody these days wants to talk over Zoom only. I have to learn Zoom. I don't even know which button to press. I'm pressing. Nothing is happening. Then I feel so tense. But the more I learn to dance, that's why we practice Kriya. Kriya is mind, body, breath in coordination with what? With the changes that are happening. Constantly life is about a change. And I am in tune with the change. I am like the water.
Who is changing? Who is changing? Who is changing?
The Maya, the scene is changing, but the awareness is not changing. Scene is changing is the truth. And as awareness, I'm watching the change is also truth.
Yeah.
And while noticing the change, I can also take up certain roles and play certain role. There is also truth. And I know I'm taking the role is the truth. I'm not the role is also truth.
Like how the scene that is outside me, or like I am perceiving is changing. For others, I am part of the scene, and there is again change.
Yeah. So what do you want? How do you want to have the thrill of your life?
Saravanan-ji, shall I add a few points to your this thing? See, you are an artist. I mean, you are the part of that drawing, whatever you have told, and you are very clear about that. Okay, the scenes, what is happening, also again you are the part of it.
Yes.
Okay, so at the end of the day, or at any moment of time in a day, you said that you analyze it in the Sakshi Bhava. Okay, so when it is get tuned, when you take the empowerment or the enhancement or the responsibility that I have done the best and where I have to move apart. I mean, I have to tune myself. Again, it is the Shat Sampati, it will come into the thing. It is to tell it is easy. But what happens is again and again where I have to tune myself, That is why I feel that Shankaracharya tells that the world is within you. The world is within me. So when it is there,
I want to make a point there. So the reason I brought this point is like I try to share my learning with my friends, right? So
yes. Saravanan, the same thing yesterday I experienced. I'll illustrate with the example. Okay, same thing. Whatever you told, the same picture it used to come at the end of the night yesterday. Okay, you don't believe. Might be we are all in the same path. Okay, so as you told, okay, let me think of it. So the karma what I have done is the best. So again, for that best, we don't know any limit is there. Again, it is my limitation. So again, that suffering is happening to me. Let me hold on. Okay, whatever it is. So let me think where it is, where I have to improve myself. So that is where you told. Okay, the same thing it has happened yesterday. Yesterday, I went to open house for my son. Okay, so he got marks, like average marks he got. See, where is it to blame my son, you got a less marks, or it is to blame the pandemic because the whole 2 years it was online, or he was watching the thing, and I'm also part of it. So didn't I teach him properly, or didn't I monitor him properly when he was attending the class? Or where is my role as a parent? Or simply to scold him, why you got less marks, you are coming into 8th grade, if you, the way you study, where you stand, how you see the world, or shall I tell the whole story? So again, like how Vijay just now said, again, it's the end of the day, such that moment it hurts. See, I have done the best. He has also done the best. Why his mind is not getting concentrated? Why he has not written his exam properly? He has got a good ability. There it comes. But the end of the day, when the scenes are fixed, even even when I'm riding my bike, it's coming, I'm sitting in the hall, the teacher is telling, I don't want this marks, why your behavior is like this, and the scenes are coming. But again, that the analyzation, it is happening, no, Priya, where you have to improve, I was wondering really yesterday, otherwise if it has been 2 years back, I would have done a big mess. Okay, I'm the category where I expect more perfection. But what happened yesterday is I just hold on. So where I have to improve myself, where I have to make him to motivate him, where I am going wrong, where is my duty is wrong, or the expectation should not be there. Okay, let it. The aim, motivation should be there, and he should get some between 80 to 90 marks is there. But for that, the karma should be perfect, karma pala, absolutely it come good when the karma is good. So that is how my mind also worked yesterday. So this is not only you what you are analyzing, even everyone, I guess, who are in this path, they're analyzing in the same way. The pictures and the art and the thing, it keeps happening all the moment. Because now we are aware, it's everything is within us, and whatever we do, it's our process, our intellect. So the intellect has to be sharpened all the time.
And I am not the doer and I am not the enjoyer is the ultimate realization. So with that respect, there is no movement that is possible.
Correct.
That realization is given so that you become free from the bondage, but not while acting.
Yeah. So the Maya will still get the action done through me.
Yeah.
Okay, but I have to let that action happen. But
yeah,
I still remember that I am not the doer.
See, while you're talking now, you're using English. This instrument is capable of doing that. What purpose do I want to put that English for? And when you go to somebody new who's not yet introduced to Vedanta, you will not say, I'm not the doer, I'm just letting this instrument speak. It will not work. You have to say, I'm Saravanan, I work here, and these are my professional qualifications. This is what I've done. And through Vedanta, this is what I have accomplished. I have attained inner peace. So I want to share that inner peace. Then only people will sit up and listen. Oh, this has made a difference to his life. So ultimate realization, naham karta, naham bhokta, should not be confused with how I am acting right now. True, right now these words and when I just step back and see, this whole thing is happening. And one of the part that is responsible for this happening is there is a role that is also because of which this is happening. If the role was different, then this happening would have been different through the same instrument.
Yeah.
Am I the one who has to claim the ownership. That clarity I need to have by Naham Karta, Naham Bhokta. There is no need for me to claim the ownership of this happening. But as an identity, I should have, that identity is the one which needs to create a clear aim. As a student, what should the aim be? As a teacher, what the aim should be? As a father, what the aim should be? So without that, then life's movement will be haphazard. Not that life will go linearly. Life is not linear at all. Every moment, you are kind of changing your aim in a way. But that's the nature of the game. Like wonderful example Priyaji gave, no? Now she has to see, this is empowering thinking. No more, he did not study, pandemic. Others, the moment I put the responsibility on others, what can I do? I can only sit and cry. Ayo, my karma. But now, when I say, what is that I did? What is that I did not do? And what I can do gives me clarity about how I can bring a change. Will that reflect in, again, better marks? That's a different game altogether. That's a different question altogether. But in this moment, I can be free by taking, okay, I hit, an accident happened. Where was my attention? Okay, now what can I do to improve? Naham Karta, Naham Bhokta helps me to be at peace in every moment. It's a strange game, no?
See, even this
One
is
more thing, Vijay. Yeah, Shravanji, you go ahead.
no, even this is a wish. Priyaji said like he needs to get 90 plus. Okay, and I'm just wondering these days, why not even not have this and like just let the scene come and let the scene happen. And you like it's not that like
then that is essentially people will say, I'm not responsible. I'm just throwing the dust out. I don't know. It's not my house. I don't care what happens. See, please understand the Naham Karta, Naham Bhokta. When we it is a it's like the example we keep giving, no, in the spiritual evolution. It's like climbing a mountain. It's a view from the top of the mountain as an ultimate realization. As an ultimate realization, Nirguna Brahma, contentless, attributeless Brahman. Okay, Nirguna. Then what is possible? It is nothingness. What can happen in that nothingness? Then there is no movement in there. So therefore, a statement of ultimate realization can help me to be in freedom. But how I apply, I have to be very, very clear.
Yeah.
So if I say, I have no I go to my child and say, you take whatever marks, doesn't matter. It's okay. You take a 0, I'm going to be happy. You take 100, I'm going to be happy. True, your love for the child will never diminish. But will that motivate the child to do the best? When you go and say, I'm willing to accept whatever happens, but what is the best that you think you can do? What is the best you can do? What is the best that can be done in this exam?
Will that flower not bloom by itself? Like you are a gardener, you put water and but
that flower, every flower is shaped by wind, by air, by air, by light, by the bee, and Ishvara is making that wind blow in a certain way. So this flower, as a daughter, has to be shaped by this wind called Saravanan as a father. And who is acting through Saravanan? Ishvara only. So when Ishvara is saying, bring out the best in my flower, why are you sitting quiet and say, let the flower only figure out? How can you bring out the best in the flower? If Prabhuji sits, I will not teach. Everybody will realize. Who will bring out the teaching? Is not an inert action. So action has to be fully with clarity about the role and the aim, but no attachment to the outcome. Meaning what? Aim is very clear. Aim is very clear.
You had
Without that
outcome
aim,
in
how can
mind
you
to
act?
start with. Then you
Huh?
start with the outcome in mind.
I
Everything-
cannot say I will succeed. You cannot. I cannot start with why my daughter is not getting 100. Why my son is not getting 100. Why I am not getting the best employee award. I want to get best employee award. Absolutely fine. No,
But why?
that's just the thrill of the game.
That is only we have to analyze.
Why play any game? Why play any game? Why be in satsang? Why play any game at all? Why eat? Why sleep? No, I will not.
So after knowing this,
Then I'm a
now
vegetable.
that I know,
Then I'm a vegetable and I will vegetate. What happens to vegetable that is left? It will just vegetate. Means what? It will disintegrate. That is the nature of life. Nature of life is where there is no movement, it disintegrates naturally. Life wants to keep expressing. Life is all about creative expression. Just look around. In nature, seed doesn't ask why I should sprout. It wants to be the best rose flower. Not that it tells you, but it becomes the best flower. That is the capacity kept in that seed. If it doesn't want to express, it will naturally disintegrate. See, that is why the right now, some wars about certain belief system. This is who God is. This is how you can attain God. Only in the Sanatana Dharma, all expressions have been given home. There is no single expression saying that this is the only path. All paths are accepted. Even the path of someone who says, I don't believe in God, is a path by itself. In Mankutimana Kagga, DVG writes beautifully. Mankutimana Kagga is called as Kannada's Bhagavad Gita. In one of the shloka, he says that Prahalada, he got liberated by having 100% faith in Vishnu. Hiranyakashipu also got liberated by having 100% disbelief on Vishnu. See, his hatred was absolute. 100% he hated. But ultimately he got killed. Meaning what? He became one with the Vishnu only. He realized Vishnu. So, Prahlada, by putting faith, he got liberated. Hiranyakashipu, by having no faith, 100% absolutely no faith, he got liberated. You, that is how DVG writes, you are like a fly stuck in the Simbala. Simbala means mucus. If a fly gets stuck in the mucus, it wants to fly, but it cannot fly. Neither there nor here. It's this indecisiveness that catches. Simbalada nona. Neither is able to fly, nor is able to stay there and accept. It only struggles. So I felt that's a wonderful visualization of a seeker in the path. Ultimate realization, and what my approach now, ultimate realization helps me to accept whatever comes my way. And I know I am not the doer. But then will I absolve from doing? No, I have to do. Krishna says, don't be in inaction. What does it mean? It means that keep acting. Then with what aim will you act? Whatever aim. How can you act whatever aim? Then what is the direction of your action? What is the direction of your speech? What is the direction of your thinking? No direction. How can it be? Does that all bring clarity, Sarvananji?
Yeah, have the direction, but yeah, the question is like even why wish? Because yeah, maybe I think I will continue to do contemplation on this based on today's discussion.
Yeah, Sarananji, few will have the desired output at the earliest, and few will have to go for a longer duration, whatever they wish. Okay, wish has to be like sometimes it will happen, sometimes it won't happen. So we have to again it's patience or the wait, what we have to wait until we achieve. But for that we cannot leave our aim or direction where we are moving. Sometimes I feel okay, someone will have that indriya nigrahana, so control of all the sense organs very easily they can control. For example, we have seen, few diabetic patients, they control with their food habits. They don't eat outside or oily food. We have seen, might be a common person who has not seen Vedanta, anything. So by nature, they are capable of doing it. But few we have seen, whatever, going to Veda, attending naturopathy, so many things, doing yoga, everything, they cannot control themselves. Indriya Vigraha will not be there. So on the face they talk, no, I don't eat. But I have seen going out and eating the sweets or keeping something inside their wardrobe eating. We have seen that is in our own house where we have seen. That comes with longer time for them, or it may not come in their lifetime also. So sometimes I feel, what is the Maya playing in their role? Okay, as a parent, I analyzed myself where I have to correct myself. Okay, when I step into my son's shoes, like, see, okay, 2 years back he was like in the top 5, but what made him so distracted? What's the Maya playing? How much when we are sitting on the hall, the teacher says, my friend, I know everything about your mother, and I know everything about you also. Now it's your time. You answer. Okay, why you got so much of less marks? I'm not bothered about your marks. What is happening in your mind? Why is there any behavioral issue? So when she puts on that question, when she puts on those throws for that question, what is happening in his mind? So what kind of support he needs? Again, like, the ignorance or how Saravana Vijayji told. Okay, so the ignorance or the light, what we are throwing, the sun should be like, the light should be such things. When it was all realization was happening me yesterday, so I should be the light, so I should tell him, so no, the concentrate. So how to give him the lesson, how to concentrate? Might be like he was making his face, he cannot face the teacher, so he is lifting his mask, it's going up, it's coming down, he's turning here and there, the actions. So it made him down so much. He came out and again he mingled with his friends, he was playing. But what is, when we get into our this thing, what thoughts might be happening, what Maya might be playing? So where it again I have to do the thing. It's really the part where we have to work out. It's not easy, as you told. It's not easy, this thing. So again, we need to.
So we sorry, like I'm dragging today. Maybe we'll continue, but I'll end with one more thought. We learned about prarabdha, and we say that what is happening with the perfect accuracy, right? And like, it's not as if like, because I did not think, because I did it, the outcome is there. It is happening for that individual as per the prarabdha that individual is also going through, right?
Prarabdha determines your current. Prarabdha doesn't determine necessarily the future. What you do now determines your future. So there is a wonderful story of Panini. He went to the Guru. Guru looked at his hand and said that you don't have Vidya Rekha, you cannot be taken. He went and took a blade and drew a line and went again and said, can you take me now? Now, all you wanted is a line, no? So the determination of the student can make a change. So, yeah, you may say that, yeah, Prarabdha was, no Vidyareka, useless fellow. But the determination that, I want to change. Like the story of Giri, we know. In the Shankaracharya, Giri was the most dull student among all these students with Shankaracharya. But he kept having the feeling that I have to also carry the light of my Guru. How can I carry? I'm so dull. Compared to all others, I'm so dull. So then the desire to bring about a particular change brings the power.
Desire. Now you brought that word. That is where I was coming to. Anything starts a desire, right? Now, can I say that like Priyaji has the desire for her son to score?
What is wrong with that? Absolutely fine.
That is for good thing, right, Saravananji? That is for good motivation.
Absolutely fine. Yeah.
Again, for that, it's a good cause.
But
You have to come to this class also. So everything starts with the desire.
Yeah. Atmana Mokshardam Jagaditecha is also desire.
As long as it is not harmful to somebody.
But then, like, this is one desire good, okay? And like my son has to score 90 plus, another good. And then the desire just like catches like a wildfire. And like, I want the highest role in my company. I want the awards every year. I want like all my kids to be like, both my kids to be like the top person in school.
As long as it doesn't harm anybody, it's fine.
See, if you can keep doing that without any stress or tension. See, for example, now one of the aim that has started taking shape in Light of the Self is we want to reach about 1 billion people with Bhagavad Gita. Okay, now you tell me, is that not a desire? Today we are hardly reaching, say, a few lakh people, maybe. Okay, billion people. So how much work? But that aim now gives so much more meaningful direction.
Yeah, okay, I see that there is one big difference here. Okay, here you said billion people of Bhagavad Gita. So there is one desire which is for the society. But there is another desire which is for me, for my family, for my child, for my kid.
You and your family are very much part of the society. If you cannot take care of your body and mind, what will you do to your family? If you cannot take care of your family, what will you do to society? See, the change begins with me. What kind of a father will I be to some other children if I cannot be a good role model to my children? What will I go and tell other children? What is wrong in asking my child also to look at what can be improved? What kind of a mother will Priya be to some other children who says, okay, I are part of the society, I want to serve the society. What is society in the first place? Where is society starting for you and me? Something else outside. These 4 people, my family, this is Swartha. No, Swartha we have to understand very clearly. Swartha means when I keep doing something for fulfilling my lack. That's why you have to be very, very clear. When I come to the clarity that I am that divine light of awareness, and I have all the creative potential, and what I am performing is not for getting claps. Because a clap will make me feel better. And a criticism will make me feel lesser. Then I'm still not working with that clarity. I'm working for claps. I'm working for sweets. I'm working for money. Then I will suffer. No more I need that. I'm a king of this world. And how does a king operate in his kingdom? He will not go and sit with another beggar and say, give me, give me, give me. He will look at how to pull him out of the begging. So the difference is the attitude of a king and a beggar. Difference is between expressing the creativity and I want something out of that. I have nothing out of that. I can gain nothing out of it. But the creative expression itself is the joy. Painting is a joy for the painter, not the painting that gets created. The process of painting is the joy. The process of singing is a joy for the cuckoo. But the painter cannot say, I don't know what I'm painting. Let me see what comes out. Some abstract painters do that. Nobody knows what they have painted. But most painters have to start with, okay, I'm painting this scene. And when that scene comes, they will clap. That's why the mandala art, recall the mandala art, they do with so much of care over a period of almost 14 days. And then the guru comes and takes everything away. That is nature of life. But when they're painting, so much of attention to detail, each and every color, full involvement is necessary. Without that, that painting will not be so wonderful to look at. So that very action of 100% involvement is the fruit. Because there you are in liberty. There you are not in bondage. What will happen? Will it turn out to be good? Will people clap for me? All such worries are gone. What is the best I can do at this point of time? I have to put a dot here, red color dot. How can I put the best red color dot now? With what aim? With that completed mandala in my mind. Because I can only put a dot at a time. Okay. My family and this by mind and body is part of the picture. Whatever I say, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha. How can I exclude so-called my wife and my children?
No, not exclude. No, it's just that.
How can you put an aim for some other children saying that learn Bhagavad Gita, but not for, when it comes to my family, let them evolve? You have to see, how you can bring that. How you can entice them. How to motivate them. Priyaji cannot sit and say, okay, let him get whatever marks. Okay, Kanda, where is that you're facing challenges? How can I help you? You are not being accusatory. You're not beating the child. You're not tense. You're not angry. Fully well, you have the realization that that is another expression of Brahman, which has come to teach me. At the end of the day, my child is a thought in my mind. Why it has come at this point of time? Ultimately, it is really my prarabdha to learn something from it.
Yeah, yeah. I think every thought or every scene has a purpose. That way.
And ultimately, why that scene has to be played in front of me? Some other scene, I'm not even aware, is getting played out somewhere, is my imagination. But whatever is coming to my awareness is there for a particular reason. It is for me to evolve with that input.
Yeah, there are some scenes which are being repeatedly played. I am aware of, I'm trying to, I keep telling myself there is a reason, there is something, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Shall we end our today's contemplation?
Yeah, we will continue T61 next. Yeah.
Where is this Saravana's notes is available? Is it in the shared in the group or?
Yeah, it's in the group. I can, if you want, I can share it again.
Yeah, yes, Sujay. Thank you.
Yeah. Saravanji.
Yeah. Right seeking. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityoma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om, lead me from untruth to truth, darkness to light, impermanence to permanence. Self is the whole. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om, that is complete. This is complete. When completeness is removed from completeness, what remains is complete. When completeness is added to completeness, the totality remains complete. Om, peace, peace, peace. Who am I? Nanu, Nanenbadu, Nanalla, Ideha, Manabuddhi, Nanalla, Sachidanandatma, Shivananu Nani, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. I'm not this body, mind, intellect. I'm the pure consciousness, Shiva Swarupa. And true self is liberation. Atma Darshanam, Brahma Darshanam, Brahma Darshanam, Satya Darshanam. Recognition of self is recognition of the whole. Recognition of the whole is the truth. May all be free from suffering. Om Triyambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarkamiva Bandhanat Mrityo Mukshiyamamrita. Om Triyambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarkamiva Bandhanat Mrityo Mukshiyamamrita. Om Triyambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarkamiva Bandhanat Mrityo Mukshiyamamrita. We worship the three-eyed one who is fragrant and who nourishes all. Like the fruit falls off from the bondage of the stem, may we be liberated from death, from mortality. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings be happy, healthy, and peaceful. Om.
Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you.